At home, there were a number of strikes that made life difficult, but they took the usual course: hot words, then cool reason. But other demonstrators who said they came in the cause of peace did peace no service when they came to blows with the police. Then suddenly there was no peace. On June the 25th, North Korea attacked across the 38th parallel. As South Korean forces moved up to stem the invasion, the world saw the challenge. Communism was on the march, and before its well-armed blow, the defenders fell back. South Korea was in flames, her people bewildered by the peril that suddenly threatened their simple, hard lives. As the nearest United Nations forces, American troops were rushed from Japan to buy time with their lives, whilst the other nations organized. But before the advancing red might, they too had to fall back, outnumbered, outgunned. Beyond endurance, they fought and bled for an ideal in a strange land, waiting for help to come along a long, lonely road. At late success, Russia came back to the Council. As president, for a month, Malik delayed the support Warren Austin asked for America. But for her boycott of UNO, Russia could have vetoed action in the first place. Through Sir Gladwin Jebb, Britain gave full support. But from Russia's action, crisis sprang. In London, Churchill urged the Prime Minister to speed the recall of Parliament and look to our defences. Danger loomed in the west, but we found ships and men to send to Korea from Britain and the China Station. From California, giant carriers rushed planes and supplies across the Pacific as America marshaled her vast resources. And under the flag of the United Nations, their commander, General MacArthur, built line after line, trying to stem the retreat as his forces fell back to the Naktong River, even to the gates of Busan itself, the last line. Argyle and Sutherland's and Middlesex men came from Hong Kong, and a battalion of Australians. At sea, ships of 9 nations joined in, and from far-off Turkey, too, men came. Then, out of the blue, the blow fell, as MacArthur launched an all-out attack on communications in the far north. Behind their blast, the landing craft went in at Incheon. Watching his front fall back day by day, MacArthur had planned one daring masterstroke and turned the whole tide of battle. After bloody house-to-house fighting, Seoul was liberated and North Korean forces in the south caught in a pincers. Then the northern capital fell, but calls for surrender were ignored. To end the war so that the land could be restored, MacArthur launched his final drive. Units reported the capture of Chinese troops in action in Korea. Before the puzzle was solved, huge Chinese armies attacked, and United Nations troops fell back in full retreat. And with them streamed the long, frightened columns, flying from the liberators from the north. Because one blow struck in China could set the world at war, MacArthur referred the problem to the statesmen. From London, Mr. Attlee flew to confer with President Truman. To withdraw from Korea forthwith would be to kill UNO. To fight on might mean open war with China. The fruits of their talk at the White House we are yet to see. Foremost will be the strengthening of our defenses. The real danger lies in the West. The decision for peace or war lies with Russia. In Berlin, where East and West meet, the freedom bell rang out on the 5th birthday of the United Nations. Across the frontiers it speaks of freedom, but freedom flowers only when the nations are united for peace. What answer will 1951 give?